I've had hundreds of day ones, and this is what I wanted to briefly talk about today, because I've noticed, I'm getting pulled around by my dog, I've noticed that sometimes when we talk about anything, we talk about transformations, we talk about getting from A to B, sometimes we forget about what's happened before we even get to A. So I had hundreds of day ones. I think roughly from the time that I realised that I probably needed to stop drinking and the time that I managed to get real momentum, it's probably about 2.5 years. Initially, I felt like alcohol was helping because my thoughts every day were just self-loathing and horrible and beating myself up. I didn't necessarily think that not having any alcohol at all was an option that I wanted or viable, and then I started reading sober stuff. So I had probably a year or so of continually making promises to myself, having the odd day one, but day ones literally were like blips in terms of my drinking. So we had quite a long time of doing that. Then I managed to start getting maybe day 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and then over most weeks I was maybe managing up to day 5, and then I drink again, and then probably over 2 years in it was up to day 15, and then finally I had a few up to day 30s, and after a few of those, the last time I drank, which was around about 16th of October, 17th of October, 7 years ago, I kept going. So it's okay to have loads of day ones. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get there in the end. And I'm not going to talk today about different tools and stuff. I just kind of wanted to reiterate that you can have hundreds, thousands of day ones. It doesn't mean that you won't get there. I'll talk more about tools, avoiding overwhelm. Try different, don't try harder in other videos, but for now, yeah, I am living proof that you can try and stop drinking for quite a long time and get there in the end. And I can't unlock my screen to stop the video.